Let the saw meet the RS. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, as you just heard, that is the stock exhaust. That is not what you want to hear. I would show you more clips of me revving it and that, but we don't want to get too warm, and you've heard it 100 times already. I went to car meets last night and was like, Tommy, when you get an exhaust? Tom, when you get an exhaust? Everywhere I go, Tommy, when you get an exhaust? Comments, when you get an exhaust? Boys, I've had this sat here for like a week, but I have not been able to fit it. But now it is time to fit it. We've got the exhaust clamp. I teased it a bit on my Instagram. But what we have opted for is the Miltech Race non-res. I believe it has a valve on it as well. Like, it has the attachment. I bought this used. And we got the, they called the burnt tips, like the blue ones, because I thought they'd just look sick with the car. And it came up for a steal, so I had to buy it. But yeah, I've never had a Miltech before, but I've never heard a car that it sounds bad on. So that's what I've got to go on. I've heard them on other RS's, so I can't see why it should sound any different on mine. I haven't got the decap part yet, but we can get to that later on. So today we're just going to be fitting the catback system. I'm so buzzed because the amount of you guys have been pestering me for this is a joke. But you think I don't want it on? I've wanted it on for so long. I've needed bangs, because it should bang as well with how they bang stock, but louder. So I'm excited for that. But let's get into this one, because I am so goddamn excited to get this on. So yeah, let's get it, boys. It should be sick.
Oh, summer. It sounds good right now after what we just experienced, doesn't it? Grilling out, lawns being mowed, and pools opening. These are some of the things we expect with summer.
Alright, so Jack's currently taken off where it grabs to the actual cat itself. So look under it, it's still like a 3-inch pipe stock. Look at that restriction in the middle, what the fuck? They had to put a rectangle block in it. And then obviously come down to the back of it, it loops up and over the rear differential because forward drive life, bro. And this is the bit here I'm thinking you've got to cut, because you can't take it all out at once, so you've got to cut there to pull this section out, and then this section will drop. Obviously just got to undo the hangers and stuff, top flatheads. But this is just the confusing part where the differential is, because it's not like on a Fiesta where it just has the beam from the axle. Like, it's just a bit complicated. And then you've also got to sort out down there where you plug into the box to let it go if you want to go through like valve or non-valve. Obviously it's handy to have, especially as a lot of tracks just like nowadays have a lot of restriction on it. You can just close it and get on the track, so that's gonna be handy. But we just took off that the front one now, so we're one step ahead of the game. The annoying bit is going to be cutting that, but this system is literally just all one piece. It's not actually bolted, it's just bolted at one end, and that is it. The rest of the system is just all one. So they pretty much never ever wanted you to mess with the system, but screw that, we're messing with the system. Just before we get any further into the install, I just want to do a huge shout out to Ironhow for hooking me up with this impact gun. So it's got the this one's got the 1/2-inch attachment on it. So what I've done is I've got a 1/2-inch to 3/8 so I can run my sockets off it and stuff, just so to help me out with the exhaust system. Obviously when I use it, taking wheels off and everything, but right now I don't need to do that, so I will in the future obviously. But for now it's just going to help us get around using sockets and breaking our wrists all day, so we're going to be using that. So like I said, massive shout out to these guys. I'll leave a link down in all of my videos from now on just to them, just because they're the guys. So if you haven't already, go check them out. Great products. And yeah, let's get this on, because we've got the exhaust out now. What we're going to do is I think we're going to take the tips off first, just in case we damage them putting them on, and that way we can give them a nice clean up. Obviously you can see that one's a bit messed up, but we can't see under the car when we're driving it. I'm just going to undo it all, make sure it's all good, and then whack it on, and it'll be sick. Let the saw meet the RS. What could go wrong? They just got to cut a big pipe off, 3-inch pipe.
Yeah, just make sure we cut the exhaust and not like the drive shaft.
Yeah, and this should be alright. This is safe. Them big tips, one of them, that one of these was a night. I think it was this one, the hot one. That one
like really
was a nightmare to get off. I hated it.
Oh yeah, because
the pipe bit inside was a bit skew with, so we've got to straighten it out before we put it on. I've got some grippers there, so that'll probably help straighten it. We'll get it straight. But yeah, you can see which side is the hot, which side gets, what side has the valve running through it and what side don't. So we've got to take the stock valve off to put on there. To be fair, whilst one of us is cutting it, the other one can undo the valve.
I reckon it'd be easier to get that one, cut it off and get it all off and get it on.
Yeah, let's give her a good cut.
So now he turns it on.
Yeah, so when you press record with the camera off, for some reason don't really record much.
Certified cameraman.
We're almost there. We're just midway through our rear drive shaft delete.
So look, here is the old drive shaft and this will just spin. And then what we're actually supposed to cut is this exhaust.
But we're going to cut drive shaft instead.
Yeah, because it'll make it go faster. It's basic weight reduction.
Be gentle with her.
Teaser. Yeah, boy. We are certified Focus RS.
Head modifiers. That is a decent cut. I ain't even gonna lie. When this comes out, you're gonna be like, damn, Tommy, come cut my tip for me.
It's like really close to your face, it's quite tight underneath here. I can't be palm too much.
Is this not gonna fall on our heads?
No, because there's an exhaust hanger just here.
I didn't see.
All the YouTubers can see it.
Alright, we'll undo the hangers and rip it out. I've got lots of metal in my eye.
Always wear safety protection.
Yeah, like eyelids and eyeballs.
Stop focusing. You look like, it's like we're playing on PS1. Ah, you're back.
I'm back. Let's get this sort of stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna stop recording.
Alright, so we chopped that whole section out. That's out now. This is half off. This one here, just where we actually have the exhaust valve on it, if it focuses. Focus. There we go. We just need to unclip up here. There's a little plug, and then we'll take this off and put it on the new one. So we're just gonna unplug this, unclip that from that, the cable off, drop the exhaust hanger off there, and then the whole system is off. Give it a good little cuddle. Just tease it, mate. Just fucking tease it.
Oh, mate. It's quite heavy actually, this one.
It don't matter if you smash it onto shit.
But they don't damage your car.
Yeah, don't damage the car. You can damage the exhaust.
Oh, it's coming.
It's coming. It's so fluffy. I think I'm gonna die. I feel I should probably help you, but I just like watching it in the pain instead. You'll be alright, mate.
You'll be alright, mate.
That is a big old back box. Is it?
Ow!
This is where we see the tips on the tip. The tips hit him in the tip. This is where we work out if I actually cut it in the right place or not. I hope I did. You got it. This you just need a bit of leverage.
Don't damage your diverter.
Yeah, don't damage the diverter. So it was a bit fiddly getting the rear box out simply because it's kept on like getting caught. So we just jacked up the other side whilst the other side was still in axle stands, and it came up and out quite easy. So yeah, now I'm going to show you a comparison between the new one and the old one. So we're just getting the old little diverter off of there, little valve. So yeah, that is obviously the old box, which is actually quite big, and you see it's all like one piece. and this is a new one. The box is a lot smaller. I was taking the tips off for now, but the pipes themselves are still very much the same diameter size. I'm pretty sure it's just a 3-inch. That's obviously the new section where it's actually got sections to put brackets on, so you'd have to cut. That is obviously, as it was, just a one. And I'm not gonna lie, for my first ever exhaust cut, that was a clean cut. Like, I don't even care. Lockwood, get at me, mate. Fucking head tech out of it. But then you've got this massive restriction of they've just basically flattened off a massive piece of it. So obviously that's going to be so much more better for exhaust flow. The box air is smaller as well, and obviously it's just going to sound so much better. And like I said, never had a Miltech, but I've only heard good things, and when I've actually heard them myself, they sound awesome. And then we did sort of look up at the cats for when we do eventually get a decat on this, and it is going to look like it's going to be a bit tricky, but we'll be able to sort it, hopefully. I mean, we probably shouldn't do this, but if I don't do it, it's just going to send the comments saying, Tommy, why don't you do it? So I'm going to do it for a short time, in case, because there's a lot of electrical weird things on these cars. I don't want it to like shut itself down, but still going to send it. Cat with no back, exhaust system. Let's do it.
And no cat back.
No, because it's got the cat, but no back. So just cat.
So it's a cat system.
Cat system, just cat, no back. It's a little weird.
Ah.
Now, I think we leave it at that. I don't want to do it too much in case something goes wrong. So don't know what the rules are with these cars, but I like that. That was sick. That was Senior straight pipo. That was Senior no pipo.
No pipo.
We need to take the cat off now and try it like that. Go on, send it.
Nice and open.
Nice and open. What do we rate on the impact gun?
I'll say so far, solid 10 out of 10.
See, look at that. That's from that mini guy. And he's fucking famous. Just a good nut. There we go. Solid as a rock. New catchphrase there, boys. New catchphrase. But we're just gonna. I just literally said to him before we put it on, I was like, should we not check that they're actually tight first? And it turns out they weren't even on them. But luckily I mentioned that. So yeah, tighten them up now. Putting this bad boy on. I'm well excited. It's gonna sound sick. Before we go and show you us installing it, just to let you know, we're going from the rear forward because of how it goes over where like the rear differential is. It makes more sense for us to go from the back forward instead of the front back, just before we get all the hate comments. Unless you've actually fitted one in there, sit down. Alright.
Maybe we should go to the comments now, Tommy, because they're always right.
Yeah, let's go to the comments now. Let's name some really good comments. What was one of your favourites we had lately?
The Darth Vader one or something like that.
The Darth Vader one was really good when my mate was heavy breathing. That weren't Jack, by the way. No, James, but that was funny. I'll give him that. That is one of my top 10 comments at the moment. Yeah. Enter down below to see your top 10 comment. Anyway, I'm probably going to help Jack because he seems to be struggling. Alright, let's do this. Alright boys, so we've got the whole exhaust on now. We haven't put the tips on just yet because we're going to go get some like auto style polish, make them look all clean before we put them on. But obviously you can still run it without, it just looks a bit weird from out on at the moment. But we started it briefly just to check for leaks, and now we're going to start properly. But the valve's shut at the moment one side, so hopefully we put it in sport now. As soon as it turns on it should open. But yeah, let's do this. First start. Now. That sounds good. Give it a little rev. sounds good. That one's still shut, so I need to work that out. But it sounds good. I just can't work out why that's shut. Be right back.
Is now.
Alright, first drive with the exhaust. No tips. I look like a bit of a twat if there's anything behind me, but I like it. Still needs to get a bit more warm, and we think we've worked out with the flat. It was shut. Every mode we put in sitting there, but obviously it was still very cold. But then when we went to look at it, when we turned the car off, the flat opened and shut. So obviously, like, the mechanism is working. We're just guessing it has to be up to a certain temperature for it to allow it to actually open. I'm guessing. But you can like delete the valve itself, get the plug, but for now I'm not going to touch it. When we get down to Halfords to get the old auto sole, we're going to just leave it on race and just check to see if it is open, just to see what's trying to go on, because I can't really find out online, and not many people I know have got an RS or done exhaust, so it's quite hard to find out. But sounds good. That was good.
That's a lot louder.
Bangs are loud. Yeah, a lot louder. What we'll do is we'll find a nice bit of road and then we'll get some revs in and that, because this should sound sick. So far, I'm very happy.
El Record O.
El Recordo. Did get a launch filmed. A launch would be nasty. What we'll do is sounds good. What we're gonna do now is we've got the fresh auto sole by your boy.
Oh mate, it's not focusing.
Oh no.
Oh, it's back.
We're gonna give them a little rub on the tip, make them glistening. The ting on my wrist.
Glistening.
I ain't got my Casio, shit. Alright, that man. We're gonna do that, shine them up, put them on, get some sound clips, some drive-by clips, some launch clips. Harry's gonna take photos of my car, he doesn't even know it yet, but we're gonna peer pressure him into doing that anyway. And it's gonna look sick. So we'll catch you when the tips are done, I guess. Harry's just pulled up in the daily, so he's got these bad boy tips on the daily, so we thought, oh yes, that's where it's at. If these were a bit bigger, I'd go over that. That looks good. That is a fire. That is a fire edit. H, what do you think? New tips. New tips on a Mini, bro. That's hard. Oh, that'll fucking ping on the gram. That'll ping.
Look like Jack's.
Yeah, we'll look like Jack's paint cans.
Those silly
I forgot to hit record on that whole thing that I've just filmed.
Did you?
Yeah. So can you rev it again, please?
Okay.
I've just filmed us revving it and didn't realise they weren't actually filming it. So that was my bad. So we're gonna rev it again. She loud, and that's without a decap. So that is the Miltech race system. No one can ever give me shit again for not having an exhaust yet, because I finally got one on. I've only had this car like 2 months and we're basically stage 2 ready. So this RS is killing it. It sounds so good. I hope the camera picks it up. If not, if you see me at meet, I'll just rev it. Just shout when saying rev it and I'll rev it. Launching sounds sick, the drive-by sounds sick, and the good thing is it doesn't drone when you're in the car. Like wasn't sure if this car was actually loud enough, because when I was in it I was like, it's not even loud. And then obviously it is. So smash a like, sign up to the Patreon to help your boy out, please. Links always down below. You can get free stickers and free merch. If you want to buy a sticker, please do, because it helps me out a hell of a lot. Make sure you check out Iron House well, because they're awesome. Comment down below what you think of the new system and what is next, or should I map it next? What do you think's next to come to this car? And hit that subscribe button down below. So I'll see you boys on the next one. Peace.